MW2 needs the original prestige system to succeed. I think there's a lot of things that MW2 needs in order to succeed, but I think the prestige system needs to be one of them. It offered more of a challenge in the older games, and you actually had a choice in if you wanted to actually do a prestige. Now it's just no matter which way you want to do it, if you want to prestige or you don't want to prestige, it doesn't really matter because you're just going to have to prestige because the game just keeps ranking up the players by season. And I think that's obviously because of the battle passes and the ranking up systems of all the other games around them. That's just the way it is nowadays. But I think Call of Duty needs to go back to its roots a little bit, and I think the prestige system of old is the best way to do it. It allowed players to have the kind of a bit of a choice of whether or not they actually wanted to do it. Personally, as someone who always did it, it was one of my top priorities to get to 10th Prestige. Whether or not I did is kind of up in the air because a lot of the times I wouldn't be playing the current Call of Duty. I just, hop on other things or whatever. But it offered a great way for the players that were playing the game to kind of just challenge themselves a little bit more. Where that challenge has gone out the window nowadays because the developers just seem to not really understand the core concept of that players need to be challenged, not be spoon-fed everything. And when you end up going into prestige mode, once you hit, let's say, level 55, which was probably the top rank, and you end up saying, I want a prestige, because you end up having to rank up level 55 to hit the next prestige, then what you ended up doing is losing everything and then going from square one back to the basics. Now, they obviously, in later games, added prestige tokens and everything else, but personally, as a dude who really enjoyed playing these Call of Duty games of old and really enjoyed the old prestige system, like I said, it offered a way for the players to challenge themselves and really hone their skills and see if they were able to rank up all their guns in a manner that made sense. Now, I don't think the current system is entirely terrible. I think there's a way to work around it where maybe, let's say you cap off the base game at ranked or prestige level 20. Now, why don't you instead turn around and go, I have an idea. Let's make it so that there's prestige 30 in season 1 and then prestige 40 in season 2 or whatever. You just continuously add more prestiges for the player base, and that way they have more to work with time and time again. And I feel like that's a great way to do it. And if there are players that want to stay at the base rank, that's fine. I just don't think there's any incentive to the current ranking system. I think it doesn't matter at all. I think you should let the players have that sort of freedom and choose whether or not they want a prestige and just go from there. Yes, the current system doesn't matter. If you hit level 55 and you just get to the next prestige, it automatically prestiges you and there's nothing to it. It's just another added ranking system. So then why does the base ranking system exist at all? You may as well just have the player go from 1 to 1,000 or whatever and continuously do it. I just don't see there being any point at all for the player who is just being forced to prestige all the time. Because then there's no bragging rights there either. Like, yeah, if you're 10th prestige on the first day, it shows that you're an absolute loser. But also, it shows that you at least were really good at the game or cheated. And that you had the option to just constantly prestige and were actually good enough at the game to get to 10th prestige within the first day, even though you're probably a loser. And I feel like they need to bring that back. That sort of competitiveness, not competitiveness, I would say more of that challenge to the player base, because I think the game is too spoon-fed to this current player base. It's ridiculous. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think the developers should bring back the old prestige system, or do you like the current prestige system? Let me know in the comment section, and well, bye.